here in Wow Summit Dubai at the Atlantis the Royale. And today I've got an interesting guest. I've got blockchain lawyer Varun Sethi from Blockchain Lawyer.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you for having me here.
Absolute pleasure. So tell me a little bit about why you're here at the Wow, what brings you here at the Wow Summit Dubai, what are you aiming to achieve, and a little bit about who you are.
Exactly. I'll start with who I am. So I'm a lawyer from India. However, we realized that blockchain is something that will be not restricted to a single country. It's a global phenomena. So we then read up, understood, discussed blockchain and its impact with various governments across the world: Singapore, Hong Kong, offshores, BVI, Cayman, UK, Canada, US, Wyoming, Portugal, Spain, Netherlands, now here in Dubai. So what brings me here in Dubai is that I believe that the financial fulcrum of the world is shifting from the West to the Middle East, and thereby there are lots of good things happening here from a financial perspective. However, the regulatory framework here is taking a bit more time as compared to, let's say, something like Singapore. We do not yet have CBDCs here in Dubai, whereas we already have CBDCs in India, even retail CBDCs in India for that matter. So what brings me here is understand the ecosystem here and educating people here. Also, we are trying to sort of push our case to the Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority here in Dubai so that we can share, there's a knowledge exchange, a sharing of knowledge of what's happening around the world in blockchain regulations, and we can understand what VARA is doing here and also give suggestions to them.
I think you'd be a very useful asset to all those companies, the exhibitors here, and those looking to get some lawyer advice, consulting advice about how to really set up a proper, successful setup here in Dubai.
Exactly.
I think that's lacking here a bit.
Exactly. So if I summarize it in very simple terms, it's this way that no one country has got it right. So Singapore's got exchange regulations. Here you got metaverse, NFT marketplace kind of licenses. India talking about CBDCs, someone else talking about stablecoin regulations. So currently what we do is that we stitch a structure across various companies. You don't get, let's say you get an NFT marketplace license here in Dubai, you don't get banking. So that is something that we solve through offshore banks, through onshore banks, also educate banks about how they can offer a crypto product within the realms of their current licenses. So like SIBA Bank, for example, in Switzerland offers that kind of a solution, but that's still an expensive solution for a retail trader here in Dubai. So we are trying to stitch across a solution which is cross-border. I believe that you will have, just like you are able to send across an email and you don't think about from which location to which location the email is going. I believe that money flow should also be as seamless as an email that goes from, let's say, Australia to UK.
Let me get this right. When it comes to setting up jurisdiction, do you think the same setup as you just described, cross-border, like borderless, is that what you're doing at Blockchain Lawyer?
Correct. So since we've read up more than 99 jurisdictions in the world, the regulatory frameworks, blockchains, stablecoins, digital assets, some countries have got some things right. Like India, the CBDC, the online real-time payment settlement systems, versus VARA is making real good noise here in the MENA region. Similarly, US, maybe some part of it, banking. Puerto Rico, even Bermuda for that matter, has come up with stablecoin laws. Singapore has very elaborate license, takes about 7-8 months time, but they actually go through a rigorous process. Liquid.com, for example, got that license successfully. So what we do is that for younger, small and medium-sized enterprises, startups, so what we do is that we create a similar structure which is cross-border so that at least they are able to survive and not die out because of regulatory limitations.
I think you're doing a great service for this. Now, right off the back of that, while talking about regulation, I'm sure you're aware of the MiCA regulation coming in play for Europe at least.
Yes.
That's going to be affecting
January 2024.
January, exactly. So I'm wondering if you are also advising that, and how do you see that affecting European players in the market?
Absolutely. So currently when we look at the MENA region, we see lots of influx of these European companies wanting to come to Dubai because Dubai has got most things right here. There's an ecosystem, the entrepreneur spirit is here. However, there would be some companies, smaller size companies who still want to remain in Europe, cater to local audiences. Of course, they want to grow at a certain stage and then Dubai becomes a very relevant place. So Poland, we are able to get a Polish license, a Lithuanian license as well. However, there are other smaller jurisdictions like Cyprus, like Estonia, Malta at one time were really good. But we really want a retail user to go forward, use CBDCs, use stable coins within the SEPA region, and use the existing banking channels to go on-ramp, off-ramp without any regulatory glitches. So MICA is a good step, a big step in the right direction, but I still feel there's lots of work to do.
Okay, fine. Let's talk a little. We're going to wrap up, but let's talk a little bit about CBDCs, central bank digital currencies, for the audience.
Yes.
So there may be some misconception between a CBDC and a crypto.
Absolutely.
Please set the record straight. Why is it different? And are you a proponent of CBDC, and why or why not?
Okay, so let's put it this way. A stable coin or a crypto is radically different because a private player can go forward and issue a stable coin or a crypto. Whereas CBDC, the name suggests, central bank digital currencies, can be issued only by the central bank of a specific country. Now, what it does is that CBDCs, while it's a wonderful regulatory, technological advancement, however, the focus of CBDC is generally within a certain country. You cannot use an Indian CBDC in, let's say, Singapore. Whereas stable coins actually are more open-ended, and they are the ones which are really global cryptos that you want.
Borderless.
So from that, borderless, that's the word, yes. So from that perspective, stable coins would always have a bigger market. You want to interact cross-border. You cannot use a CBDC of a certain country in another country, at least as of now. So I still feel that the private players have a big role to play. CBDCs do have an important aspect because they are government backed, so of course there's assurance of the government support behind them. But I still feel things like Circle, USDCs, they are purely regulated. It can actually become the currency of the future.
Question on CBDC. I want to build on this. Are you a proponent, or what's your view, should I say, on the idea that the government can literally delete money in your account using a CBDC?
The government deleting money in your account, well, I would put it this way. Yes, there have been cases like Venezuelan government doing that thing. We also have cases like Brexit, 15% of the pound value going down in a day's time. So those challenges are there, yes. And that is why I feel that stable coins is something what we really want, whereas CBDCs is what the government wants. Correct. So there's always this tussle between these two concepts. I would say, if I have to put my eggs in the relevant basket, I would rather put my eggs in the stablecoin basket.
Team stablecoin. All right, we're gonna wrap up. We're gonna ask a little fun question.
Sure.
In your opinion, as a lawyer and even as a person, as an entrepreneur, whoever you are, set the record straight, will you? Who is Satoshi Nakamoto?
So the good part is that people believe in Bitcoin because we don't know Satoshi Nakamoto. So I believe it's better to keep that thing that way only. The moment we know Ethereum, Vitalik is the first thing that comes to mind. So we want to keep it that way. Let's respect what he's built, and we want to contribute to this ecosystem. So let's keep it that way only.
Wonderful. Excellent. Thank you so much, Varun, Sethi, for your expertise.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. And this is Web3 TV. So stay tuned, and we'll see you at next time.